Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to add a virtual ZPL printer on your Windows machine. Whether you are working with Zebra label printers or need to test ZPL files without a physical device, setting up a virtual printer can save you a lot of time and hassle. I will guide you through each step, so by the end of this video, you will have your virtual ZPL printer ready to go. Let's get started. The first step is to download the Virtual ZPL Printer application. So for that, let's open any browser, type ZPL Virtual Printer, and you should see the first GitHub link, which is right here. Just click that, and you can download the latest build from here, latest release version, and it requires .NET SDK. Maybe you should have this SDK already installed, or you can install it later on. So I have already downloaded this application, so I will use that one. Let's open the application. So when you open this application, you will see this interface. From here, you just click this edit button, and here you will see the list of labels that are available with some presets. So I will edit the first one because I'm going to use this one, and here I can name this FedEx label or whatever. So I'm going to use a host address here, which is a local address, and in your case you can use your IP address as well. So I will recommend this one, and the port should be 9100, or you can choose it 9102. So I would say that you should use 9102 because it will not conflict with any other ports that are already open on your device. So let's save this. I have already saved, so this is not highlighted. And you can change the label height and width and the DPI as well. So I will close this, and once we click start, we should see a listening label over here. If that doesn't appear, you can just stop or maybe and go to the connection and just click test labelry. So you should click start. Basically, this is the website or system which is working behind this application. And let's now map this application to your printer devices. Basically, that's what we want, because we would like to send prints through a printer from our .NET application or whatever. So I will go to the printers. From here, you can see the list of printers. Now I will add a new device, which is add device. Let's wait. We'll try to find some printers. Basically, if we can add manually as well, I will choose this option, and I will select the last one, add a local printer or a network printer with manual settings. Right, from here you can choose some pre-added ports that are already working on your system. So I don't recommend that. You should go to this one and create a local port, which you can select a standard TCP IP port, and here you need to provide the host address, which is 127.0.0.1. so this needs to be an IP address, which is in our case the local address, and I'm going to use this port name, which is, I would say, YouTube, and I will say 9102. So we remember this port name. Basically, this is the port name. You can name anything. So I will just select next, and let's wait. So now this says that additional port information are required. So from here we can select custom, because we have added a custom port. We want to provide some further information because we are using this port in the virtual printer application. So I will just select this, just enter the port number here. This should be a numeric, and we just press OK, just next. And in this install printer driver option, we just choose generic and just choose this first option which says generic text only and click next. So choose the first option, as it says use the driver that is all currently installed, and here you need to enter the name of your printer that you are adding right now. So click next, finish, and we should see this printer listed over here, and the printer status should say idle. And you can open the printer queue from here if you see any error while sending any print, and you should cancel cancel all of the print queue from here. Okay, I'm going to send a printer test to this printer. So first I will start this application, because this is listening to the same address and the port that we have added in the printer. So I'm going to start, and also we can test this one. So it is working and listening properly, so we can just clear this queue. And now from Windows we can send a test page. So it was queued here, and now it's processed. Let's see, in the Virtual ZPL Printer we see that the print was sent and received here, and this application is not able to print the preview of this print because this is not a ZPL code. So we will try to send a ZPL code to our application, right? So I will just clear this queue, and I will click test, and I will grab this ZPL code from here, and I will open a notepad, and I have already a ZPL code here. I will print that as well. Now let's see, we have this ZPL code, and we just press Ctrl P, and we should be able to see the printer list over here, and we can select our printer, which is YT demo printer, and I will press print. Now we should be able to see that the queue has been processed. There is no error, and we just want to close this one, and the print is here, right? It says 7 seconds ago. I will clear this one, and let's try again. Print. Okay, it's here again. So let's try a different label. Okay, in the same text editor I have a different ZPL code. I will try this one. This is actual production code which I am using. Okay, now I will press print. So you can see that the label is here. Now in the same way you can print any label through this printer which we have added here, and you can make this printer as default. We go here, let's go here, and we can set it as default printer, and we can send printer through our any application using this printer name, or we can send it to our default printer. All of the prints will be processed into this application, and you will see the preview here. That's it for today's video. I hope this tutorial helped you set up your virtual printer on Windows. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe for more tutorials just like this. If you have any questions or run into any issues, feel free to drop a comment below, and I will be happy to help. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.